Danielle behind. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Fierce Friday. Welcome Million Mom Movement community. My name is Stephanie Dawn. I am the chair of the Million Mom Movement Council that I sit on with 4 other amazing women who you may know. And if you're new joining us, then you're going to get to know them very soon. I'm really excited to be here with you today. I've been off for the last couple weeks and I'm excited to be back in the saddle to be talking about how it is that you and your family can remain healthy through the holidays, because we all know that this is sugar season and this is eating season and this is cold and flu season. And we are committed to helping you get through this season healthy. That's our commitment. So before we dive into that juicy topic, I would love to call on my colleague, Jody Parker, an amazing mom of 3, to share with you the pledge for the Million Mom Movement. Welcome, Jody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fierce Friday. Excited to see you all here today. I am going to share my screen so that you can see the pledge. And of course, I have too many things open and now I can't see it. There we go. So this shows up when you get to our website, millionmommovement.info. Don't you worry. It's just us. Go to join. And we are the only ones who get this information. So you don't have to worry about us sharing your information with anyone. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the join page, you will see set your intention. Intention is the beginning of everything, right? This is the first step of everything. And that is why we set our intention by taking the Million Mom Movement personal action pledge. And my daughter just showed up and apparently she's decided she needs to read the pledge with me, which is her thing. We do this together because this is about families, right? So this is Leora, and apparently she thinks she needs to do this with me. Yes, we didn't plan this ahead of time, but we've done it enough times that we're just going to go with it. I'm going to start. She's going to go second. So here we go. Million Mom Movement pledge. I pledge to defend the health of myself and my family.
I pledge to choose organic foods that are minimally processed and free of man-made ingredients.
I pledge to read labels and educate myself on all aspects of clean living.
I understand that my actions today will positively impact the health and environment of future generations.
I am committed to sharing this movement of many. I am the Million Mom Movement. Woohoo! High five. All right. Why is mom all in caps?
Because it means movement of many.
And what is a movement of many?
It means dads, uncles, aunts, teachers, whoever wants to join can, as long as they care about educating themselves, their family, and clean living.
Do you have that memorized now? Did you notice that it was wrote? I want to point one more thing out really quick. In that very first line, the reason I read first and she reads second is because I pledge to defend the health of myself. You got to put your oxygen mask on first, or you can't take care of everybody who you care about. So we did that very purposefully, and I am done with the pledge. Thank you guys. Passing it back to you, Steph.
Love it, love it, love it. Thanks for being with us today. We're so grateful to have you with us. All right. So now we're going to go to Florida to Ms. Taz Ferreira, who I'm actually, there she is. Hi, Taz. Oh, with your Purium hoodie on. Look at you. Way to represent, girl.
Absolutely. We need to get one with a Million Mom logo.
We're working on it.
And the pledge. Yes, absolutely. So the pledge. So the scholarship. So what I love about the scholarship, this is a business scholarship. Okay. So just like any scholarship that you would get from university, this is Purium's way of giving back. And you know what? We've heard it way too often that a lot of low economic families tell us, they're like, you know what? Eating an organic life, eating healthy, it's not cheap. It is very expensive and they cannot afford that. Well, you know what? In Purium, we actually give you the business scholarship paired along with a superfood nutrition that we give you a way to help your family and yourself through economic freedom. So how it works is that if you are from North America, the US and Canada, you can apply and you show financial need, okay? And you will receive the first month is an Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Pack. The second month, the juice bar in the back or the daily core 4. And the third month, you get the choice of the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation the family nutrition pack, or our new grain-free pack. So this scholarship is only for the first 3 months. And how you do that is that if you go down here, there's an apply, you go back to the person who invited you on today's call and you talk to them about it, right? And they will see if you are a right fit. And once you are a right fit, you apply here, you will submit an essay telling us how this scholarship will positively impact your life and your entire family, right? So this is a financial scholarship. This is a business scholarship. And we give you all of the business training. How incredible is that? We give you the nutrition paired along with all the business training. You don't have to have any previous experience. We will hold your hands and keep you accountable. And you know what? It's as simple as that. And if this resonates with any of you, reach back to the person who invited you on today's call and we will get you started. We're taking a little break in December, but we will be back in January. Back to you, Steph.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, we're honing it. We're refining it. We're really wanting to make it just the best possible experience that it can be, an opportunity for scholarship recipients. So if you are a scholarship recipient, will you please reach out to me personally on Facebook and connect with me, because we're looking at bringing you on Fierce Friday in the new year. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Taz. Carmela, beautiful Carmela, welcome, welcome. Carmela Velarde, she sits on our council, amazing leader in our company. How are you today?
I am great. Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. Thank you. Thank you so much for holding down the fort for me, ladies, while I was away doing life. So Carm is going to talk about the petition. And Carmela, will you give some backstory about how the petition came into being?
Oh, absolutely. So we're here in the Million Mom movement, right? So we, as very concerned moms, are spearheaded by actually the lovely Stephanie Dawn as the chair and Amy Vetter. And they came together and they created this incredible movement. But what's a movement without activism? And so Stephanie had the, experience with her son's effort and his experience having had, glyphosate toxicity and all the detriments that come with it are outlined here in the petitions. I'm going to drop it right here in the chat. And you can see, oh, thank you. Thanks so much, Jody. This petition is very much focused on helping us as an activism movement to go into General Mills with the hand of Stephanie with these letters, these petitions, to say we demand that it is not okay to continue to be putting poison onto our cereals. And what specifically, if you need support with explaining the detriment of glyphosate, just scroll down a little bit, Jody. There's a really great Food Democracy Now post, which is glyphosate is unsafe on any plate. If you need support with explaining this to your friends and family members who you're exposing this to, then have them read this. And it shows it all there. And Stephanie Dawn's story, which is right below it, in the petition itself, and explaining, it can lead to detrimental cancer and gut dysbiosis, and it basically blocks your body's ability to absorb nutrients. So if we aren't activating ourselves as a community to speak out to a company that's the number one product really that children are feeding their babies, and elders in old age homes are also feeding to their elders. I mean, this is not okay. And we need to have a conversation. And this is a great conversation starter. And we're giving you a little bit of ammunition for you to educate others with. So thank you. Thanks for.
Beautiful. Awesome, Carmela. Thank you so much. So we're living in one of the most toxic eras ever on the planet right now. Okay. So this petition has been signed by 1,200 people. And I'm asked often, Steph, when are you going to go take it to General Mills? I'm like, you know what? I'm not exactly sure, but I'm not going to take it with 1,200 signatures. So this is where you come in. The Million Mom Movement Army. That's 1111. The Million Mom Movement, you're an army of volunteers, really, of health warriors to take this situation that we find ourselves in, where we have corporations profiting in the billions annually from selling us toxic food. You know, if it's not okay with you, then raise your hand. If that's not okay with you, then raise your hand. This is what we stand for as the Million Mom Movement. It's not okay with us. This is not okay. All right. And this is why we've aligned with the incredible company known as Purium, because Purium is pure. It's pure and premium merged together, right? Those two words. That's why we're called Purium. So if this angers you and upsets you as much as it does myself and my beautiful counsel, then I need you guys to be going out into the world and getting that petition signed, raising your voice, really, and educating people. Because most people are like, huh? I just had a bowl of Cheerios this morning. I'm like, yeah, well, you might want to reconsider doing that, you know? And so it's just, you know, there's many things that we, the council, are passionate about. This happens to be number one, mainly because glyphosate is the most widely used herbicide on the planet, That's not okay with us. And so we're raising our voice with that petition. So I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to take it to General Mills, but I think I need a few more thousand signatures before I do that. But I am committed to doing that, whether I'm, you know, continuing on to be the chair or not, you know, however many years it takes to get those thousands and thousands and thousands of signatures. So let's get active, Million Mom Movement community, and let's get that petition signed. Okay, let's go to Kauai, to the land of aloha, to our beautiful Naiva Flory. Hi, Naiva. Aloha.
Hey, Stephanie. Good
Hi.
morning.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thank you so much. So I just want to start out by saying how awesome was hearing the pledge read by mother and daughter. Was that just incredible? Who just loves that, right? So I'm going to share about our social media, but the reason why I want to ask that question is because if you didn't know yet, I actually recorded Jody and her daughter sharing the pledge, and I made a reel out of it on our Instagram channel, you guys. So if you want to share that with your friends, if you want to share that in your stories, it's in our Instagram reels on the Million Mom Movement. So please go check those out. So the Million Mom Movement has an Instagram page. It's my favorite place to repost your posts. So if you're on Instagram, please use our hashtags right here, Million Mom Movement. Tag us as well, and I will be able to repost you on our social media. And so I mostly look for you on Instagram. And when I repost anything to our Instagram page, it goes to our Facebook page as well as our Twitter. So just know that when you're reposted on Instagram, you're actually getting reposted everywhere. I also love to share your stories, your reels. So if you're sharing into your stories, please tag us at Million Mom Movement so that I get the notification and I can share your stories and promote you that way. My other favorite feature on Instagram is the link in the bio has all the links that we talked about today. It has the link to the petition, the link to the scholarship, the link to taking our pledge and our website, and so much more. So I want to invite you to check out the link in our bio, and there's also the link to our YouTube channel there as well. Our YouTube channel is where you'll find all of the replays to all of our Zooms, the Fierce Fridays, and the Lunch and Learn. So please go and subscribe to that channel so you get your little notification email when we upload new videos, and you'll get that sent straight to you, little notification. And I invite you, please, as you're sharing about the Million Mom Movement, about your journey with the products, about your business, about how your children are loving superfoods, please share those stories and tag the Million Mom Movement so that we can share that with the rest of our community, because we are here to inspire each other. And, you know, a movement doesn't move without each and every one of you. So thank you for being a part of this movement. I'm going to pass it back to you, Stephanie.
Right on, Naiva. So beautifully spoken. And you're the queen of reels, I might add. I'm really impressed by your reels, Naiva. If you're not following Naiva's personal profile on Instagram, definitely do that. And I think we can probably get her to come back and maybe do like a Fierce Friday Reels play shop, because those of us who are really having some fun on Instagram and sharing this message with a wider audience on IG and Facebook could benefit from what Naiva knows, because she knows a lot in 2022. So we'll get that scheduled in. All right, let's dive into our super juicy topic today. We are talking about how to remain healthy through the holidays. And before we started the recording, Jody was just talking about that she's, got us an appointment today with her chiropractor. And so bing, 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 like number one thing to remain healthy through the holidays is if you're working with a health practitioner, you want to be tuning into those health practitioners right now. Okay. So I'm just going to lead with that right now, because I have been doing that for myself this past week. I went and had a massage with my amazing masseur, Rodney, and I felt like $1 million right after. And then ever since, I feel so good. And so I want to just urge us all to be caring for our bodies in an impeccable way. All right. Excellent self-care, radical self-care is so incredibly important. And yes, if you're working with a chiropractor, Jody, you're just reminding me, I got to call him. So thank you. Thank you for that. So yeah, so we're here to talk about how to stay healthy through the holidays, and it's Ask the Council. So if you have specific questions in regards to food, in regards to Purium products, in regards to, yeah, exactly. How do I work that self-care muscle, Stephanie? Or, the council, we're here to support that today. And if you want to raise your voice, if you have something that you're doing that you want to share with the community, then we do want to hear from you as well. So go ahead and raise your hand if you have a specific question for the council, something that you're dealing with that you need some support around, that you want to come to the collective, the hive mind, as my dear friend and colleague Rachel Balansat says, this is the hive mind. This is where we come together to support one another. So if you don't know how to raise your hand, you just go into reactions, where you can send us claps, thumbs up, hearts, and then you can see right below, or laugh at us and you can raise your hand. Okay. All right. The first hand raised is the lovely Camille Ferguson. Aloha, Camille. Oh, we need to unmute her.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hi. I'm
Hi.
so excited for this call. I just wanted to come in and give you all an update. The last time we had a health question and answer, I had a question about helping my little boy eat better.
Mhm.
And you guys gave some great advice about incorporating different superfoods and encouraging him to help. So one thing that I've been doing is really jam packing his morning juice. And I found like the perfect combo that he absolutely loves. So it's a capsule of Biomedic. It's a dash of Pasta Cherry. It's about a quarter teaspoon of the Can't Beat This, a teaspoon of the Al Digest, a teaspoon of the Cocoa Hydrate, a teaspoon of spirulina, and a teaspoon of kamut. And he pounds it. And I'm just so thankful for that recommendation. And then in the afternoon, he's doing his muscle juice, which is the power shake. And I have to hold the cup with the straw, but he's drinking the whole thing. And today he helps me make healthy pancakes, and he's been having fun with vegetables. So I'm just so thankful for all of the tips that you guys always share, and just the enthusiasm and the resources here. So just a praise and then update. So thanks.
Yay, I love that, Camille. Wow. I think you might have to put that recipe into the chat, because there might be people going, what did she say? What is she doing? And remind us, Camille, how old is your boy? Oh, shoot, you went mute.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. He's 3, and I think Naiva reposted it today in the stories. I took a really beautiful picture of his little juice cup, but I will put the recipe in the chat too, because it's
Thank
like
you.
the most delicious fruit punch. But
Fruit
Yeah, it's
punch.
on the stories too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it. It's like a healthy fruit punch, the best kind of fruit punch you would ever want to put into your baby. So yes, you're getting requests for it in the chat.
Okay, I'll put it
Yeah.
in there. Awesome. So excited for this call. Love you
Thanks,
guys.
Camille. We're
Mhm.
so happy to have you here. So, Lucero, am I saying your name right?
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yes, it's Lucero.
Lucero, beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be back. I haven't been to the Million Mom Movement calls in a few weeks or maybe even a month, and I freaking missed it. Like it's just like the energy and like Stephanie, like the way you speak about the mission. It just like I was pretty sleepy. I woke up at 5:30 and like it's gone. Just like it ignites this it's like it's anger from everything that's going on, but it doesn't feel defeating. It feels like, heck yeah, I'm in the right space to
Yeah.
keep sharing
Yeah.
the petition, to keep
Yep.
yeah. So it's before, I think I was like, oh, like I would shut down and get sad about it, and now I'm like, no, there's no time for that. But yes, excited to be back. Something that I've been struggling personally myself is it's to be completely vulnerable and honest. It's like cheating myself. Like I make myself something really healthy, and I live with my dad and my brothers, and they eat like a lot of processed food, a lot of pan, like a lot of bread. I'm Mexican, so it's like pan was like the thing growing up, but there's always sweet bread. And it's like this automatic like behavior. Like I have my food and I'm eating well, and next thing you know, like I'm eating a piece of bread already and it's gone. And I'm just like, how is it way faster than myself? And I try not to beat myself up, but I think that there's this behavior where I do experience like the sadness or this like when am I gonna get it right? Like, or when am I gonna, it makes me want to cry. Like yeah. So I don't know if there's any like tips about it, because that's something that I'm really, Louise Hay talks about overeating, that it's when a person doesn't feel safe, or when a person doesn't feel safe. So like there's all these things that I'm trying to incorporate, but any sacred wisdom that you can share about it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. There's several things that I'd like to say, and then I'd like to open it up to the council. First of all, thank you for sharing your voice. Thank you for your vulnerability, because what you're uttering right now, I think there's many people that can relate to what you're saying. All right. So what I've been noticing on my own food journey, on my own health journey, is that creating mindfulness around eating is really important. It's really, really, really important. So what does that mean, mindfulness around eating? It means stopping and recognizing that we're about to sit, and even if you're by yourself, right? It's even more important when you're by yourself. Because, I know that I'm like tuning into videos and listening to podcasts, and, because I'm by myself quite a lot of the time. My kids are in California. They come to be with me often throughout the year. And then I go down to be with them in California. So, really taking the time to tune in and potentially uttering a prayer or some words of blessing around what you're about to experience. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, honoring and acknowledging yourself, Lucero, that you're doing the best that you can. Straight up. Okay, so give yourself some forgiveness for the past, right? Forgive yourself for what's happened in the past, and you can make the determination, I'm going to do better this holiday season, right? And make a deal with yourself now about what you are willing to do, what you are willing to eat, and what you really don't want to put in your body, right? And if you make a decision that goes against that, you can just notice it, right? Notice it, observe it, and go, look at me falling back into old habits, right? And it's not about getting down on yourself about it. It's about noticing it, observing, here's some old habits. Okay, how can I make a different choice going forward? So these are really like adult conversations that we have to have with ourselves as we sort of evolve in terms of what we're eating. And I'll just share a story with you from my own life. So several years ago, those of you who've been around for a while, you know, I received a breast cancer diagnosis. Okay. I'm doing good. I've got it, you know, I'm on top of it. And one of the things that I released is cow dairy. All right. Bye-bye cheese. I love cheese. I love Parmesan. I love feta. I didn't eat a lot of it. I used to put, you know, creamer, half and half, organic, of course, into my coffee, right? I don't do that anymore. And so, one night, my sister had invited us over for dinner and she said, oh, we're having pizza. I'm like, okay, cool. Thinking that she knew gluten-free, dairy-free, right? Which you can get everywhere. You can get gluten-free, dairy-free pizza everywhere, right? So she got the gluten-free, she didn't get the dairy-free. And I'm hungry. And so I'm like, okay, I'll have the pizza, the gluten-free pizza with the cheese on it. I felt horrible all night long and into the next day. My body rejected it completely. All right. So I was like, never again, Lucero. I was like, never again am I going to do that to my body. And so it's almost like we have to go through these experiences so that we can go, yeah, I'm not doing that to my body again. That didn't feel good. And I don't want to do that to my body. And for me, this is for everyone. It's about self-love. So we're upping our self-love game as we remain healthy through the holidays. All right. How am I going to be loving myself with food through the holidays? How am I going to be nourishing myself? Right. And so these are the questions, the adult questions that we want to be asking ourselves about what we want to do. Recently, I'll show you another little downfall that I had. I'm fully transparent. Okay. Because I want you guys to see, like, oh, you know, people think, oh, you know, she's done this, she's done that. It's like, no, I'm human. Okay. I'm human. Halloween happened a month or so ago, right? A month and a bit. And I love Snickers bars. Right? So I'm out with friends and there's those little teeny little squares of Snickers bars. I had maybe 3 or 4 of them. Sugar, right? Refined sugar. I don't do refined sugar anymore. The next day, I'm sniffly and I'm sneezy for the first time in years. Because there's a part of me that just wants to be, oh, I just want to have my Snickers bar like I used to way back when, right? I don't do that anymore. My body, it's like nutritional hygiene. It's like, don't do that to your body stuff. Your body rejects it, right? So listen to your body, tune into your body, have that communication with yourself, Lucero, and know that you're not alone. I'm right there with you. And I think there's probably some love in the chat that you're getting right now. I'm not seeing what everyone's saying, but I'm imagining that that's happening somewhat. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, it helped so much. Thank you. Thanks to everyone too. I definitely feel the love. It feels really nice.
Oh, good.
So
Can I hop in really quick?
Shift.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me hop in really quick before I switch over to my phone, because I'm going to go hop in the car here for a second. But I just want to add a couple of things. The way that you see the food that you're eating makes a really big difference too. And something that I've done with myself and my kids that makes it super, super easy for me to make good decisions is, well, you tell them, what's a treat?
A treat is
Tell them.
A treat is something that tastes good and stuff, but won't hurt you. If it's going to hurt you, it's not a treat.
Yes, Laura. Amen, girl. I'm so glad you know that. I wish I'd known that way back when I was your age. You have an amazing mother.
So that's one thing. And what she said is it's poison. Like if I look at something like me and dairy, yeah, I had IBS most of my life. I had a dairy allergy. Dairy is poison to my body. Like I don't want it at all. Because if I look at it and think, that's poison. Who wants to eat poison? You know? So the key is to see it that way and then find a substitute. Okay. Like I love chocolate, love chocolate. MVP Kids is my favorite thing on the planet. I add extra cacao to it and I add carrot juice plus and I add biofruit and I add greens and I can't beat this. And I have this chocolatey, fruity amazingness because I love chocolate, but it's super good and super foods for me. And it gets that craving gone. and I feel good about myself, and it's a treat, but it's a meal. And it's when you can make it a win-win in every direction, it's really, really easy to eat healthy, because it hits all those areas. It hits the palate, and it hits your heart, and it hits your stomach in the right way, and it gives you energy instead of draining you. And then your overall mental health is better. And then the holidays are stressful, right? It takes the stress off of you. And then you don't have that extra added component of being part of your stressor. Now you're part of your solution. And then again, it becomes a positive feedback loop. So I just wanted to throw that in there, because when you feel like you're denying something, that's hard. But when you find something to look at instead, you can't be hard on yourself and grateful with yourself at the same time. So which emotion are you choosing? And the quality of the emotion that you choose is going to be the quality of your experience.
Beautiful.
So that's what I have to say.
Yay. Dr.
Can I add,
Yes,
I add something
please.
else?
Yeah.
Okay, so you should also, all of our habits are stemmed from our childhood, right? So start looking back at the root causes. When did it begin, right? So a lot of times I have clients who would say when they were little, their parents made them finish everything on the plate, right? So this stays with you as you grow up. You mentally, you think that you must finish everything. You don't have these receptors anymore of when you're full, right? So start associating that emotion. When you were little, when did it start? Right? So now you can start retraining yourself. And this is getting to the root cause of the issue. Because like what we love to do in Purium, we look at solutions, right? And we go back to the root cause. And now you can retrain yourself. You can reparent yourself and say, it's okay. It's okay. Be gentle. And you know what helps a lot? Food journaling. Start writing down everything that you're eating. When you could see it written down, now you're going to have a more clear path of what you need to eat next, or do you need to eat next, right? And I love incorporating control caps as well. So
Beautiful. Right on, Taz. Thank you so much. Yay. You're getting a lot of love in the chat too. This is such an important conversation, right? It's like, so oftentimes when we talk about food, we're just talking about food. We're not talking about the emotional reasons for why we do what we do, right? So on that note, yeah.
Can't not share our lunch and learn next Wednesday, which is all about inflammation and blood sugar levels I've been promoting it because this is a really hot topic for the holidays. I've been sharing it on Facebook Lives because so many people don't understand the detriment of sugar and its impact on our health. So somebody was just sharing a documentary. There are a lot of great documentaries talking about sugar. And I, for one, I have had candida. I have an autoimmune. My body's constantly fighting itself, like unless I put my mindset ahead of it. And so that's what these women are talking about with so much wisdom here is that, arm yourself. We've got to arm this is the activism group, right? Like we have to arm ourselves for our own bodies, much less society at large that are trying to poison us and feed us the wrong nutrition. But definitely tune in next Wednesday at 3:30 Eastern.
Yeah, absolutely. All about diabetes and nutrition. And you know what, Carmela, just listening to you talk, Taz is going to be heading that. I'm really excited for what you're creating there, Taz. When you just said arm yourself, and I call us an army at the top of the call, and, I don't always love using militaristic words like that, but I'm completely redefining that word right now because of what you just said, because we are here to help you arm yourself about how you can make the best determination, the best decision, the best choices for yourself, your family, your health, your community, this planet. All right. Because it goes out in all directions, right? I always tell my team, we're the light in the room. We're the ones that educate. We're the ones that inspire. We're the ones that, shine our light to help people make the connection between what they're eating and how they're feeling. Okay, right on. This is good. This is rich. Okay, Ms. Tal Kapoor, welcome. We need to unmute Tal Kapoor, please. Tal has a goal. Purium Corporate, can you hear me now? Maybe you want to, okay. There we go.
Here. Hi. Yeah.
Hey.
Wow. You know, I love this call so much. I want to second on that pre-control capsules. I think that those are like golden, especially for me, who's had such a weight loss journey. They've been life changing and saving for me. So yeah, I have so much to say around that, but I want, my question is, I have a couple of questions, and excuse the noise, but I have an electrician here that's trying to fix some stuff. I'm supporting a group of transformers, right? We're all doing our 10-day transformation together. And there's a couple of different experiences that are happening. And this happens to me every time as well. So one of my friends is suffering from really bad headaches. Okay. I know it's part of detoxing. It happens to me also. Today is day 3 for me, and I'm feeling very I can feel the dullness. It's the sugar, it's releasing. I just know it's happening, right? For me, it's easy for me now to bear down and just get through it, because I know that by day 4, day 5, I'm going to be great. Is there anything that you would advise for someone to help relieve the pain? Because I really, the automatic reach around is the ibuprofen, and I haven't done that in over 4 years. And I'd like to be able to support them in that. And then the second question is the cold. Oh my gosh, why do my hands freeze so much when I'm doing a 10-day detox? I don't have an answer for that, other than maybe it's because I'm eating more raw foods than normal, but I've been having soups too. And I'm like, oh, I'm freezing. So I don't know if you have anything about that too. Oh, CBD, like that.
So do you want to go, Taz? Because yeah, I can see you leaning
Yes.
in.
Okay. Yes. Because headaches. Okay. So headaches are a very common detox symptom. So what you need to do, what your body is screaming for right now is minerals. Okay. And how you're going to get these minerals are in the ionic elements. I love pairing the ULT with ionic elements, because ionic elements has all of your trace minerals. Okay. From the magnesium to the barium to selenium, there's everything. And I like pairing it with a super light. Okay, so this is Himalayan salt. So you know what you can do if you don't have any on hand right now, put in your cart, but in the meantime, go in your pantry, find Celtic salt, Himalayan salt, anything like that, and add it to your water. Your body needs the trace minerals, okay? And that's going to help it. So hopefully you'll go after all of the minerals that your body needs instead of going after the ibuprofen. When I heard that, I'm like, no.
Great, Taz. Thank you. And what I want to share about feeling cold is, yes, because you're eating more raw, more yin foods, you might want to do more cooked foods on the 10-day to the best of your ability, soups, etc. You can make a really yummy Thai coconut milk soup on the 10-day, which I recommend with veggies and greens. But also Tal, what's helping me, because I'm up here in the PNW, okay? And I drink a lot of herbal tea. I drink peppermint tea, I drink lemon balm tea, I drink matcha, which is probably not okay on the 10-day because it's a stimulant, but herbal teas is what you want to be doing regularly when it's cold out and you're on a 10-day, or in any time in a cleanse, a ULT, etc. Does that help, Tal? I know she wants the peppermint bark. That's the peppermint bark. That's what she really wants right now. See, look at her. Go ahead, Carm.
It is good. So yeah, the cold constitution thing, I just want to address the Chinese medicine. I mean, yes, you are eating raw food. You hit it on the head. But what I do tell people, like, I love Taz's recommendation with the minerals, because what does it do? It conducts everything through. Why? Because you're contracting. So with the flex foods, you want to warm, like with cayenne pepper, with spices like the curries, like Stephanie said, but not too spicy because then it's yin depleting and then it drains water. We want to nourish and also invigorate, like heat up so that it moves through because you're contracting. And sometimes people's detox, like muscle pains, is due to that. So you want to gently open, and the minerals are great with that. They used to have the ionic elements in the cleanse, the 10-day cleanse. But I do recommend it quite often for new people who have a lot more detoxification necessary. But you could do a lot with your flex foods. And if you absolutely need the additional lifestyle meal support for your lifestyle, then add that in. But again, think like stimulating and not stimulating, invigorating. So like heating and conducting. That's what breaks open that freezing nature, that internal contraction.
Beautiful, Carmela. Wonderful, wonderful. The other thing regarding headaches that's really worked for me is peppermint oil. Just a little dab on the temple and right behind at the base of the scalp has really worked for me. So, or peppermint tea could also work too. So I wanted to offer that to tell for your ladies that you're helping transform. Great. All right, beautiful. So healthy hacks through the holidays. I'm not seeing any other raised hands. Does anyone else want some support around this, not that, sad to rad through the holidays? We are here to help you.
There he is. I thought he had his hand up.
Christopher. Hi, Christopher. Can we unmute Christopher Ellison, is it? Are you unmuted, Christopher?
There we go. Can y'all hear me?
Awesome. Hi, Ellington.
Hey,
Hi.
how y'all doing? So I've got a question. I had the question about the nursing mothers and the age, and that got answered. But I've got a friend that's battling lupus right now, and I know I looked on. There's a YouTube video that I saw. But is there any advice on that that you guys have for me that I can help him with? That would be great.
With lupus, someone who's experiencing lupus. That is not my wheelhouse. Does anyone have anything to share about that? Taz, Carm, or Jody?
Lupus is just an inflammatory autoimmune that's kind of non-specific. People just throw it out there sometimes without any clear reason as the root. I've had that diagnosis. And then it also forms in like a butterfly, like rash in the face and the eyes. So it is gut related, by the way, because it's liver, stagnation and liver. So what do we have for liver? Can't beat this is what I use too for that. And then just generally everything with Purium is very anti-inflammatory.
Exactly.
So, but
Yeah.
you could say that like.
Yeah, I was just going to say the ULT, get her on the ULT like yesterday, and let's see where she is in 30 days. And honestly, with someone who has lupus, I would say 90 days, Christopher. Have them commit to working with you for 90 days and to tune in. And really, here's the thing, you guys, for those of you who are Purium brand partners on this call right now, people need our help. They need our help to hold their hand while they go through the transformation of their own body and their dependency on the allopathic medicine. Because so many people, I've seen so many people come off of meds when they do our ULT. They're working with their doctors, and it's so inspiring. So if you have a group transformation on Facebook where you have those testimonials, add and tag them into there, Christopher, something like that. And if you don't, Purium has their own corporate groups, Purium Lifestyle Transformation Group. Because it's helpful to see stories. It's helpful to learn and read about people who are completely changing their health, completely transforming. There's a reason why we're called the transformation company, because it's like we've all had the wool pulled over our eyes. It's like, what? Food and herbs and and various other things from Mother Earth can help us with our health. What? So the little secret that they don't want us all to know. We got the secret over here, but people need hand holding in order to take the plunge. and try and to understand what are those detox symptoms and are they normal? How many of us have been through detox symptoms and gone, oh my God, if we hadn't known better, we would have gone, I'm out, but we know that it's the detox symptoms and they're, this too shall pass, right? So they need us to hold their hand while they're going through their own transformation. Okay, Uma, hi, welcome. I see you have your hand raised. I'm so glad you're here. If we could unmute. It doesn't say Uma there. It says the Zoom. Oh, there.
Hi. I'm curious. Tell me if this is an appropriate time to ask this question, but I'm curious about the cleanser in terms of the last 10 days of a 30-day and sort of like when to take it and just sort of more around that piece.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So the super cleansers, that is the parasite killing herbs in the ULT, and it helps with digestion and just keeping everything moving, right? So you can take it throughout the ULT in sort of like a, over the 30 days, or you can take it in the 10-day period, a couple times a day, and at the end of the 10 days. So it's whenever you want, Uma, I don't know if anyone else wants to add any more to that, but that's what I would say.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, cool. Beautiful. All right.
I wanted to share something. What about, there are people in this community, I'm sure of it, who are wanting to share it with your friends, this lifestyle through the holidays. And people are saying, how are you going to do that? How can you possibly continue on your regimen or start one and then have to go to these parties and then, kind of cheat a little bit? How does that work? Does it work still? Is anybody else experiencing people who have these questions? Yeah. So, we're talking about healthy hacks through the holidays. And it's like, we want to help more people through the holidays know that if you're not using these superfoods while you're eating and going to these parties and being a little bit more luxurious with your menus, right? What if you weren't using them?
Yeah, great point, Carmela. This is how we help people stay healthy through the holidays. It's like, go off it in what ways that you might at a party, but make sure, this is what I always say to my clients, but get back on track the next meal, and keep taking your products. Like, don't stop. This is how you can maintain your health through the holidays. So thank you. That's really important. Really important.
And can I add, Steph?
Yeah.
There's things that you can start implementing now, right? So if you're not committed to do a full 30-day or 10-day right away, that's okay, right? You don't need to. This is your transformation. So you can start. This is what I would recommend. You start incorporating your biomedic. Before you go to that meal, you go to that gathering, have your biomedic before, okay? Maybe have those control caps, right? If you know what's coming, have them before. When you go, if you see those balls of wine and you're tempted, wine is full of sugar. It's a great alternative. Apothecary. I bring apothecary to every gathering. I get my wine glass. I add some apothecary inside. I add sparkling water. You can add some berries. You can add some cranberries in there. You make it festive. So you're participating, you're with everyone, but you're not missing out and you're having all of the health benefits as well.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I concur. All right. So Rakira, I see your hand up. Welcome. Welcome, Mama. Oh, we just need to unmute Rakira.
Why are you talking? Hi there. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of throw out. So Carrie and I have been working together, and we are actually going to be doing like going to a Toys for Tots holiday thing. And so we've been working with this nonprofit and teens and mental health, and it's beautiful. And so they wanted us to come and like meet people. And so their food, base was a lot of chicken noodles and cake and cookies. So we kind of just suggested that, like, since we're working towards mental health and we're on that scale of more consciousness, I offered that I'm going to be making a vegetarian, vegan, plant-based chili and a salad with salad dressing. So, stepping in saying that, well, me and Carrie, like, we can't eat any of that. So, like, also we want to start, helping and educating. So they're going to have their own food, but we're also going to be bringing in that as well. And then we're also going to have some superfoods like Epigenius Kids, since kids like chocolate stuff. And I think we were talking about something else. So just communicating and just, bringing it in and just kind of just put your feet in there a little bit really helps. So
yeah, I love it. Right on, Rakira. Thank you so much. Yeah, being the change, right? Here's what I'm saying right now to myself, and I'm just going to say it all to you. So I feel like we're living in an Avengers movie and the Avengers aren't coming. So we are the Avengers right now. Okay, we are the Avengers. We're the ones with the green capes in regards to health and wealth, right? So I want you all to put your green cape on and be that person at the holiday gatherings. Be that person that brings the apothecary to the party. Be that person that takes the biomedic before you go to a holiday party. Be that person that's talking to people about glyphosate at the holiday party. Be that person who is raising the vibe, literally, right? Raising the vibe. I mean, that's what we know that our superfoods do. They raise the vibe of our physical bodies. They reduce the inflammation. They release the toxins from the body. They release the weight caused by inflammation. And the body starts functioning more optimally. Okay. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. This is not hard. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. So, yeah, we're getting some love in the chat. I'd love to just tune into the chat because there's like all kinds of good stuff going on in the chat. Thank you all so much for being here. Yeah, this is really Dave Sandoval and a Green Lantern cape. I love it. Yeah, right. So we're the Avengers, right? We're the Green Avengers. So Dave's an Avenger too. So is Amy. We all are, we all are. And we need to fortify each other. So you're loving what you're feeling here because I come here, the council comes here. We all need this too, right? Because what we're dealing with in our own lives, it's like, we all need to feel community right now. It's really, 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 really important. These are difficult days to be human right now. Okay. So I'm just surrounding you all in love and a big, huge hug right now, because we all need more hugs. We all need more, big warm hugs. Like, what is it? Olaf and Frozen. I like warm hugs. So I like warm hugs, and we just want to be giving that to ourselves. We want to be, I just want to enwrap the entire Million Mom Movement community in a nice warm hug. These are dark days in terms of the season, it's dark days. So getting a lot of rest is really important. Hydrating is really important. Drinking your water. All right. Making sure that you're having those herbal teas, because that's another way to get your liquids in other than water. All right. Having soups is another way to get your liquids in, and so you can stay hydrating. But really, practicing higher, greater, radical self-love. That's what we're being asked to do through the holidays in all the ways, in terms of how we're eating, what we're putting into our body, what we're taking in terms of, media, right? I don't know about you guys, but there's only so much media I can take in. Information overload. Can anyone else relate? So really modifying what you're taking in through your eyes, all right? Because that's nutrition too. It's a different form of nutrition, okay? And once you see something, you can't unsee it. So if you're seeing things that are not feeling great to you, that's when we pray. That's when I pray, right? That's when I go into the power of prayer, which hooks me immediately up to the light, to love, and can help make the crooked places straight. So that's what I do personally for myself during these darker days. This is the season of light. I just had a dear Waldorf mom. I was sharing with her some of what I'm going through right now. And she reminded me the beautiful Waldorf ritual of the winter spiral. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? The winter spiral? Oh my gosh. So I'm going to Idaho next week with my children, and we're going to go create a winter spiral out in the snow where you create a spiral with boughs that have fallen, from the trees, boughs, and you create a spiral and you walk the spiral similar to walking a labyrinth, right? You walk the spiral and there's candles throughout the spiral, and you light the candles and you take a moment and you just reflect on the year until you get all the way to the center of the spiral, and you light that candle, and then you walk all the way out. It's something that we used to do with our children at the Waldorf school that my kids went to when they were much smaller. And it was such a beautiful ritual, remembering the light. We have to remember the light. And so we have many ways to do that. I just brought out a ton more candles. I already had a bunch of candles. I just brought out a ton more candles into my living room so I can be lighting candles in the morning when I wake up, and wake up slowly with the candlelight, not turning on bright lights really quickly, right? Like just really allowing yourself to awaken slowly. So those are some of the hacks that I'm using in my life, in my home right now. And if any of you have any others, we're at the top of the hour here. We have 3 more minutes. So if you have any other comments, anything you want to offer, just raise your hand. And Rakira, you wanted to say something again? We could unmute Rakira.
Hi, I just wanted to hop on. Yesterday, I actually watched a documentary that Carrie Tidwell had shared with me, and I think it's amazing for everyone to watch. It's called They're Killing Us, and it has like hip hop artists who speak, comics, singer-songwriters, producers, people who in the medical field who talk about the food that's killing us. They also mention they have the statistics of every single thing that you can think of history, indigenous. They break it down on a scientific level. It is quite brilliant, and everyone should watch it. Families have a showing, because it gets to the root of everything that we're talking about.
Wow, amazing. I've seen the trailer. I sent it to my children. Thank you for reminding me. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Where did you see it, Rick? Where'd you see it? How can we find it?
So Carrie had sent me the link, so I can try to send you guys the link, because she sent me the link where I can watch for free.
Can you put it in the Million Mom Movement official group?
I can do that. Yes, I can.
Okay, that would be huge.
Yeah. So I mean, watch it. It's watch it now, especially. It's perfect, because then you have that perspective of understanding where your food is coming from, who's in charge of it. Yeah. And what it's doing and how it's killing, the rates, and compared to gun violence, compared to all the stuff. So it breaks it down. So
thank you for that. And, I think there might be some cognitive dissonance around that title. And I just want to address that for a moment, because it's hard to conceive. It's really hard to conceive that there are people out there that are consciously killing other people with food. Yeah. Okay. And with drugs, but it is happening.
Yeah. There's a guy who actually, his camera was off, and he says, I spent the first half of my life killing people with nicotine. I'm spending the second half of my life killing people with pesticides and so, and he laughs about it. It's literally deep. And it's and it talks about inner city, the low income communities, and talks about the food assistance. And it talks about it breaks it down to a very thing, so
yeah.
It's
a
beautiful documentary. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for putting it back on my radar. I'm excited to watch it with my own
deserts. Yep. And indigenous land and all that. So thank you.
Beautiful. Yeah. So like I said, we're the Avengers. We're the ones we've been waiting for. We're the ones who are here to really be the change and make the change in our communities. So next week, we do have Carrie Drinkwine coming to join us. So we're going to be pivoting to wealth. If you are a brand partner who's not really making money with Purium next week, you do not want to miss Carrie Drinkwine with us next week. Okay. She is amazing. She's a friend of mine. She's a dear colleague of mine. She was my naturopath right after I got my cancer diagnosis. I love and adore her. So you're going to want to join us next Friday. And then we have a 2-week break. All right. Because corporate is shut down for those 2 weeks. So we do not come on when corporate is not open. And then also next Wednesday at 12:30 Pacific, 3:30 Eastern, Taz Ferreira is going to be doing our Lunch and Learn all about diabetes and nutrition. So you are going to want to join us for that as well. All right. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Beautiful Million Mom Movement community. We love you so much. We're so grateful to you. There is no movement without you. All right. So go out there, share the good green word, be the change in the world, and know that you're not alone. All right. We love you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.